I decided to go in the J-term course because I really wanted to get a view of New York City and check out the agencies and be able to see what it is that I'm getting into at the end of May when I graduate.
You know, I really took the course just because I thought it would be a great opportunity to really dig in, kind of rub some elbows, see what agencies are really like, kind of get out of the classroom and get a real world experience out of it.
I decided to take the J-term course because I've always wanted to go to New York and to see what everybody was talking about comparison-wise to Chicago.
You never know if you want to switch your major, and I felt like I learned that advertising was the place for me to be.
Just networking and meeting people is really important, and definitely seeing, you know, especially if you want to work at an agency, seeing what it's like is really important. I mean, especially being in Chicago and being from Chicago, I've already been to a big city, but there's nothing like New York. I mean, it's fascinating.
The best thing about New York City is the food.
I love New York because it's a fast-paced city. Just, you know, it's overwhelming at first, but I think, you know, if you're a go-getter, I think that's the place to be.
We woke up in Times Square, and then we headed to the first agency that we were visiting.
We visited 9 different advertising agencies and took tours and did question and answers to learn more about each one and the business in general.
All the offices are like very different when you compare it to Chicago, just the way that they're set up and the architecture. And I would just say it's very modern and kind of has like a rustic feel to it at the same time. It's very different.
I think the biggest thing that I got out of actually seeing the agencies is that, unlike being a lawyer or a doctor, advertising isn't this industry where there's this set path where, you know, you take the LSTATs or the GMAT and then you have this internship and then you do an apprenticeship and then you have this job kind of solidified. You really realize that it's kind of this back door, you kind of fumble into these jobs and, you know, just have to fight for it and keep working day in and day out. And visiting the agencies, you just really got to see, like, okay, people do get these jobs.
Speaking to the professionals at the agencies was great because especially learning how they got their jobs, how they started out, and what to include in, let's say, a portfolio or resume, and how to sort of get your foot in the door.
The agencies I like the best were Drogofied and such.
The agency I like going to is Deutsch.
My favorite agency is JWT.
I think I like Mother the best.
My absolute favorite agency was Mother.
Oh, I loved Mother. It was my favorite. It's funky, it's cool, laid back. You know, I've always wanted to be a mom, so it works out pretty well.
I would recommend this course to anybody trying to go to New York for the first time or just see what that industry is like. I wish I could have taken this course like junior or sophomore level.
It was very complimentary to what you study in the classroom at Columbia.
Without this class, I would never had this experience.
I've never been to New York and it was a great opportunity.
You should take the class.
Nice.